Welcome to Declaration's strategy and training session. So what we're going to cover is we're going to cover three things today. We're going to talk about Declaration's overall massive transformation purpose. We're going to talk about Declaration's values, and we're going to do an elongated training session. So let me start with sharing what Declaration's massive transformation purpose is, MTP. Our MTP is we power ideas. And what that basically means is that we have a lot of ideas, our clients have ideas, and we connect the two. We basically ensure that our clients and their ideas can actually go from an idea all the way to execution and basically enable their success. And we have four core values. We focus on clients and we deliver value. We realize the power of our people. We will grow responsibly and we will execute responsibly. So now let me double click into each one of these four. And what I will do is I will read it from here so that we can actually get into the exact specifics of the vision. So we want to go the extra mile to ensure our clients' success by offering innovative solutions to challenging problems and assisting them in inspiring ways. We serve our clients with compassion and discipline as their success forms the core of how we deliver value and find meaning. So the clients are always our true north. If we focus on clients, we focus on their success, we will be successful. So that's the number one and most important value. The second one is that we want to realize the power of our people, of you all. And what that means is that we are strong advocates of the diversity of ideas, of styles, of thoughts, of experiences, of cultures, and ethnicity. Our goal is to constantly evolve and always be relevant. We strive to accumulate talented, passionate, and nice people with whom we can share our success. And sharing our success is critical. Now, if Declaration is successful, then senior leaders within Declaration will be successful, middle management will be successful, and people in the lower end of the chain will be successful. We will share our success across the board. We will grow responsibly. And what that means is that we want to accomplish responsible and sustainable growth by establishing a balance between great clients with great ideas and great people with great ideas. So great clients with great ideas, great people with great ideas. Ideas of our people are guided by a common purpose to amplify and empower our clients' success. So it's your ideas that empower our clients' success. And what we want to do is we want to execute responsibly. Balance is the key to sustainable growth and evolution. We are committed to act with integrity, discipline, and dedication to give back by sharing our success with our community. So we will give back wherever we succeed, we will take a portion and we will help the less fortunate and we will give back to our community. So just to quickly recap, our massive transformative purpose is we power ideas. We have four values: focus on clients and deliver value. We realize the power of our people. We grow responsibly and we will execute responsibly. Now, to do all of this, there's a simple concept called the flywheel. It's just like a fan. And it starts with the client right at the top. That if we please and we amaze our clients, we will deliver value. We will retain the clients and the clients will give us more work. Right? And that's the center of what we do. And on the two sides of that is, on one side, we need to hire great people like you all, hire more and more people, train them. And on the other side is marketing, how we acquire new clients. And then at the bottom is administration and finance, right? But if you think about just these three things, client in the center, hiring great people, training great people, and marketing. If we can keep those three things in sync, then this flywheel, the fan, slowly increases in speed, accelerates. And that's how we plan to grow Declaration in 2020, 2021, 2022. So this is a little bit of a game here, right? It's a little bit of a trick. So whoever has photographic memory, keep seated. Cool. So none of us have photographic memory. Whoever has a pen and a notebook or paper in front of them can sit. So this is like a super, super important lesson, right? That you have to write things down. That's how you recall stuff. That's how you will follow up stuff. That's how you will plan it, right? And I'm not trying to call you out if this is fun and games, but just think about this, right? Wherever you are, have like a pen, have a notebook with you. So you can take notes, you can then review them later, because you're gonna forget, right? Anyways, go ahead, sit down. So that was the little fun that I've now played with these guys for a while, but I'm a little surprised that Yasser did not have his notebook out. And Ahmed has the smallest notebook in the world. Get a bigger notebook. Okay? Okay, perfect. All right. So now let's get into that was like, I guess, training step 0, if you will, before you actually even get into the training, right? Always have a notebook, always be ready to take notes, right? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the training. It's broken up into 5 areas, and we're gonna start with a section that's just the basics. And it starts with one of our values, which is focusing on clients and delivering value, and that is customer is king. If you focus on the customer and you basically enable their success, they will be addicted to you. If they're addicted to you, they're gonna keep coming back to you. If they keep coming back to you, that means we're getting more and more services, we're getting recurring revenue. It's super hard to acquire clients. Once you acquire clients, the idea is to embed yourself into their workflow. So that's, rule number 1 here in basics, customer is king. The second is organization, task management, and power of lists. Make your life simple by keeping a list of to-do items, maintain a weekly list. Right? So what I do is, this is my weekly list. It's a little messy, but this is my weekly list. I start off the week by saying, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this is my list of things to do. And then as the week progresses, I add more stuff to it on stuff that I have to follow up on. And this is my own personal trick. I love having a blue pen, and if I switch this, it becomes a red pen. So in blue, I write the item, and in red, I cross it out. That crossing out is just something that, gives me a sense of accomplishment. Okay, like at the end of the week, I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I've crossed out like so many things. So it's a weird way that I fuel my own kind of like, okay, next week I'll do more. And the idea isn't here like that, you have to complete every single thing. Feel free to prioritize, and we'll talk about, being agile. The next one is be responsive. And the idea is whether it's, emails, WhatsApp messages, text messages, especially to your client, and then second to your colleagues, always be responsive. I know that I built an unbelievably successful relationship with a client of a big credit card company abroad. And it was a very small project. And this client kept giving me more work for 4 years. And the main reason was I was super responsive. It didn't matter what time or day it was, I always responded to the client. The other trick here is a snoozing feature in your email inbox. So sometimes, I send an email and I'm like, oh, I have to follow up in a week or in 2 weeks. So snooze it in your inbox, let the message come back to your top. That's another simple trick that I have. Moving on to the 4th item, own your mistakes. Along the way to being successful, you will make mistakes. So take chances, make mistakes. Don't be afraid of them. Own them, learn from them, move on. Don't get hung up on the mistakes. Just in the last week, I can tell you 4 or 5 mistakes that Ahmed has made, Yasser has made, Hassan has made, and that I've made. Just in the last 2 weeks, I can literally list them down. And some of them have been very serious. Right? But nobody, we didn't shout at you, didn't shout at you, didn't shout at you, didn't shout at me. Right? Make mistakes, but own them, move on. Don't repeat them. That's the goal, right? And this is linked to another important point about escalation, right? All of you have a direct line to me, right? Whether it's a WhatsApp text message, it's a WhatsApp call, and it may be just like, you text me and I don't respond, then send me another message. Send me 5 messages. What's the worst I'm going to do to you? Maybe I'm busy, maybe I'm not, but I'm here, as are these leaders, to be there for you, right? So don't ever hesitate to escalate. I know sometimes as South Asians, we play on the back foot, but in terms of stuff like this, you have to trust that people around you are here to do the right thing for you. So just escalate. The next is agile thinking and learning. Try to adopt an agile thinking and learning mindset and learn from your mistakes and try to improve yourself accordingly. The other item is something that I think goes against the grain of being a Pakistani, which is be on time. Right? Always be on time. Again, client meetings, number 1. Internal meetings, number 2. Right? Always be on time. If you're running late and stuff happens, right? Let people know. Let people know way in advance. And this applies to the same thing with client deliverables. Things happen. Things get delayed. But the more heads up you give people, the better it is for you. And this is a simple concept around managing people's expectations. Right? The other angle here is an interesting one, and it was more appropriate a few years ago, maybe not so as much, is get in before your boss and stay after your boss. That leaves an impression. This goes against the whole point about, executing responsibly. We don't want people to be working 60 hours every single week, week over week, for like months at a time. So it doesn't mean that you always have to come in before your boss. It doesn't mean you always have to stay later than your boss. But if you're trying to make an impression and if you're new, that's a great way to do it. The next rule is around integrity versus breaking rules, right? So again, a topic sometimes us Pakistanis have a difficult time grappling with, right? Be honest, be upright, never lie. I'm telling you right now, there is zero room for anybody lying here. Like zero room. One issue, you're out. Whether it comes to money or any other matter, right? Integrity is like something you don't shatter trust internally within the team and with our clients. Right? One mistake shatters trust. So there's like zero tolerance for that. If a mistake happens, own it. Don't lie and cover up because you will get caught and that will be worse repercussions than just escalating, hey, I made a mistake. I lost a laptop. That said, some rules can be bent or broken. Right? Sometimes we get hung up, right? We always do the same thing over and over again. Push it, push the limit. Again, integrity is up here, but everything below integrity, push the limit. Why are we doing certain things certain ways? Change it, question it. There is no exception to the rule that every rule has an exception. Take calculated risks and, challenge the rules, right? Moving on to the next concept, build what you work what you build. This is a very simple concept and it applies to the work that we do in consulting and our services to our clients. If we're billing the client 10 hours, make sure you have worked 10 hours. Don't bill the client $1 extra. Don't bill the client $1 below. Again, it goes to integrity. If you worked 20 hours, in our systems, put in 20. We might only bill the client 10. But never underbill yourself. Nobody here will ever ask you that, hey, work 5 hours, but only in your timesheet put 2 hours. Because we have to bill the client. If a project profitability has to come down, let it come down. So bill what you work. Whatever you work, put that into the timesheet. If we estimated that a project would take 20 hours and you had to work 50 hours, so now the project has lost 30 hours. Who cares? Bill the 50 hours. Because that is a lesson for all of us. That the next time when we do this project, we can't tell the client it will take 20 hours. So you have to put those down. And on the flip side, if you work 5 hours, don't bill the client 10 hours. Zero tolerance for that, right? That trust. The next is a positive attitude and body language. Always maintain positive body language at work, physically but virtually also, right? Laugh, have fun. Nobody wants to be around someone who's like down all the time, right? So even in email, like it's New Year's right now. When you're talking to clients, Happy New Year. How was your New Year? Share a little bit about yourself. I had a good time. Like, make it personal also, right? And the other way to kind of look at this is people want to be around people that are glass half full, not glass half empty. Right? Where if something is wrong, and things are wrong all around us, if you always are complaining or even sometimes complaining, nobody wants to be around that. People want to be around positive people. If life was easy, as an example, a lot of you wouldn't have jobs. There's a reason why clients need us to do what they need us to do. It's supposed to be tough. And we're here to solve through that. So think about like that positive body language, whether it's physically here or virtually in an email, right? Or in text messages, etc. And just even the power of yes, something that I learned a lot later in my career, right? Where I would dig my heels in. And I'd be like, no, I know the right thing. And much, much later, I realized that I don't know the right thing all the time. So I make it my focus to try to say yes 90% of the time. And even when I have to say no, I'm going to try to find another way. Like I'll be like, no, try it. Try it for 2 weeks. Come back to me with the result. If the result is good, then I was wrong. So what? Who cares? No pride of ownership, right? Try it, learn. I mean, I'll give you one example. Hassan and Yasser came to me a year ago and they said, let's try to get a place where we can all sit. I didn't think it was a good idea. But I was like, you know what? Let's try it. And I was wrong. It was one of the smartest decisions that we made initially to get a space, and then an even smarter decision to move into this co-lab facility. There's so many benefits of this. It's very expensive real estate, but there's so many benefits of it. But that was me with the power of yes, right? No pride of ownership, right? Admitting to you all that I was wrong. No harm in that. So in this section, there's 5 assignments. And what we'll do is we'll just quickly go through each one and discuss each one. So the first one is Google Customer is King, being customer-centric. And feel free to play around with this. It doesn't have to be exactly this search, right? Just play around with it. Create a 3-box slide that looks like this. A slide title and 3 takeaways from this Googling around. Takeaway number 1, title. Takeaway number 2, title. Takeaway number 3, title. Big font, big font, big font, and small details. Just, 2 or 3 bullets underneath it. And what you'll see is that this theme of a 3-box slide is going to recur in these assignments. That you're going to have to create these simple 1-sliders around each one of these assignments, or most of these assignments. The second one is Google best way to stay organized. Power of task lists. Create a 3-box slide. And another theme across all of these trainings is, try different things. Lists work for me. If there's a better way, go for it. Right? Nobody is saying you have to do this, right? Just think about that. Assignment 3, find an email client where you can snooze messages and test that feature out. Assignment 4, find a complex topic like machine learning, and you can pick any topic you want, but it has to be complex. Go to YouTube, search machine learning explained simply. Find a video less than 5 minutes, create a 3-box slide. Now, this trick is obviously for machine learning, but you can replace machine learning with anything. So if there was a complex topic that I'm going to talk about, or I have talked about already, and you don't know it, tonight go home, whatever that topic is, add explain simply. Add explain for dummies. Explain to children. Because some of these topics can be complex. And more watch YouTube videos, especially videos less than 5 minutes. And if you understand the tip of the pyramid, then you can deep dive into an hour-long talk. Assignment 5. In this section, from organization to mistakes to being on time, create a 3-box slide on your perspective. Do you agree? Disagree? Do you have any questions?